If you're dreaming of a magical winterscape, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're exploring the top 10 winter villages of Switzerland. Hidden gems where adventure, charm and winter magic come together. From breathtaking alpine slopes to idyllic villages that seem straight out of a postcard, these winter destinations will capture your heart. But it's not just all about the views. I'll also be sharing what makes each village special, from the key attractions to the best activities you can't miss. So grab your warmest jacket and get ready for an unforgettable journey through Switzerland's ultimate winter wonderland. Hello everyone, in today's video I'll show you beautiful villages like this one here. Let's get started with number 10, and that would be Saas-Fee. Welcome to the village at where WHAM's Last Christmas music video was recorded. Oh yes, Saas-Fee is a really lovely holiday destination. Being a car-free village, this place is absolutely hassle-free, which really brings up great holiday vibes. Roaming around the alleys between the restaurants, hotels and cafes, or going for some window shopping, Saas-Fee is easy to be explored. If you want to take it extra easy, for example when you're traveling with kids or elder family members, then there's a free train that you may use during the winter season. My favorite part of the village is the old town on this rock. There you can admire the traditional architecture that is very typical for the canton of Valais. These Walser houses are built on stilts and can be found all over the region, and you certainly will see more of them in the other villages of this top 10 list. It's really nice to walk in the middle of these houses, thus don't forget to take some photos for your memories. Nearby Zermatt is all about the Matterhorn. Saas-Fee is a village of the glaciers. This gives it a especially beautiful appearance, and even more, Saas-Fee is not only a beautiful winter village, there's also a lot of attractions up there, suitable also for non-skiers. Head up to the Mittelalterline on 3,500 meters by taking the Metro Alpine, the world's highest underground funicular. Up there you may visit the Ice Pavilion, which is the largest glacier palace in all of Switzerland. It's very unique with its many beautiful ice sculptures. The revolving restaurant is also quite a highlight. It's, by the way, the world's highest located of its kind. You can see Saas-Fee is really a place of world records. Really nice is also a visit to the Langflue. That's a place from where you can get the perfect view over the glaciers that now feel really close to you. Saas-Fee Saas-Tal is a perfect destination if you're into skiing. In fact, it's one of the most snowshoe ski resorts in all of Switzerland. Skiing up at the Mittelalterline is a very highlight, as the slopes there are on top of the glaciers, a really unique feeling which offers you great skiing conditions during the entire winter season. If you choose to stay up in Saas-Fee or just in the region of the Saas-Tal, I can recommend you 3 hotels that I've been to. The spa hotel called Valais in Saas-Fee is really nice for refueling yourself with some fresh energy. The Hotel de Capra, where I probably had my best ever stay in any luxury hotel in Switzerland, and I'm not only saying that because I had a paid collaboration with them. The hotel has great restaurants, cozy rooms, a fantastic balcony view and a spa that is absolutely stunning. If you prefer it more cost effective, then I would recommend you the Hotel Cristal Sophia in Saas-Almagell. It also has a small spa, the rooms are cozy, but you would need to take the bus to head up to Saas-Fee. All in all, a great village, a lot to do, and definitely perfect for a holiday for adult groups and families. Number 9 is also located in the canton of Valais, and that would be Reckingen. This village was quite a discovery, and I'm pretty sure most of you watching would never have considered visiting this place. Reckingen is located in the valley of Goms and can easily be reached by train by the Matterhorn Gotthard railway. Reckingen looks very pristine. You can basically only find traditional houses for which the upper part of Valais is well known for. This makes it really exciting to roam around the streets. Pretty much every corner looks interesting. The village is located on both sides of the river Rhone, thus make sure to explore both of them. To cross over, we'll have to pass this very beautiful wooden bridge, which already is a great photo spot. Very nice is the upper part of the village when you cross the road after the church. Over there you'll find what Leon and I consider one of the most beautiful alleys of Switzerland. In here you can see many old Stadel houses. What a perfect place for a memorable photo. This village is one out of many beautiful ones in the valley of Goms, thus you may want to head to other places as well. Also consider the ride on the Matterhorn Gotthard railway of being a highlight of your day in this region. People say that it's one of the most beautiful train lines of Switzerland. It's by the way the same track on which the Glacier Express is passing, so you really can trust my word. For number 8 we have to change the canton of Graubünden to Guarda. Welcome to the hometown of Switzerland's favorite comic figure, Schellenosli. Guarda is quite different from the villages shown on this list as it lays in the Romansh-speaking part of Switzerland. The houses are mainly made of stone and are characteristic for their wall paintings called sgraffiti. These paintings are commonly found on windows and door frames as well as on the edges. As you're walking around the village, you'll see plenty of such houses. After a while, it sort of feels like exploring an open-air museum, thus it's really worth to take a look at each of them. There are a few houses that I would especially want to highlight. This one at the bus stop, Guarda with its beautiful door. The orange house at the village center. This one just next to it with this incredible graffiti. And at the next corner, the probably most important house to mention, the Schellenosli house called Casa 51. The original door shown on the title page of the comic was moved to another house. Try to find it upon your visit. Talking about the doors, the houses of the Engadine region are well known for their unique round doors, thus do not only look for the graffiti. Worth a visit is the Schellenosli Museum, a house where they show how the people up here used to live in the past. In addition, they showcase the story of Osli, a fictional character who lived in Guarda. The story of Schellenosli is about a local tradition called Chalanda Marz, which is the way how the people in the Engadine are celebrating Carnival. This is normally happening on the 1st of March, exceptions are on years with the 29th of February. The kids will march through the village and carry these large bells they use to make noise for chasing away the winter spirits to welcome the arrival of spring. They will enter various houses, tour around the fountains, and then they stop from time to time to sing songs in their local language called Romansh. Although being so small, Switzerland has an incredible diversity of carnivals, thus you may look into the unique tradition held in other villages during this season. Small extra fact, in Guarda the official language is Romansh, the local dialect being Valais. Although on a decline, Switzerland is making a lot of efforts in preserving the language. A few words for you to learn: Bundi or Allegra used for greeting, Grazie fitch for saying thank you, and Anzi for you're welcome. As you can see, I was not so lucky regarding the snow up to my visit to Guarda during winter. Well, the village is facing the south and thus gets a lot of sunlight, which is why the snow is melting faster than elsewhere. But certainly, if there's a good amount, then I'm really sure this village is going to look very magical. Number 7 is also located in eastern Switzerland, and that would be Schwellbrunn. Probably not a typical winter destination for many, but in my opinion a very underrated village to be visited during the cold season. Schwellbrunn is unlike some other villages on this list rather quiet and thus perfect to be visited for those who prefer staying off the hotspots. Schwellbrunn lays in a wonderful region of Appenzell and is embedded into a hilly landscape as if it could be from a picture book. Thus, it's not a surprise that this place was voted the most beautiful village of Switzerland in the year 2017. If you're lucky with the weather, the roofs of the houses and the entire landscape will be covered with snow. During these days, the village is a true winter wonderland. The chances for snow are not too bad as the village is located on nearly 1000 meters above sea level. From January to early March, the chances for that would be the highest. Schwellbrunn charms with its beautiful traditional houses that are typical for the canton of Appenzell. Very nice to explore is the main road that stretches over a few hundreds of meters, the church and the viewpoints from where you can get a nice view over the hilly landscape and Mount Säntis in the background. That mountain is the highest in northeast Switzerland and can be seen from quite far, even from Germany. As you're in the region of Appenzell, you're in an area that is known for its strong adherence to its culture. Very highlight is the Silvesterklausen, a tradition to celebrate the New Year's Eve that is held on the 31st of December and 13th of January in this village. The celebrations in Schwellbrunn are however bigger on the 31st of December. You'll see men wearing costumes made of natural materials or velvet suits, and these, for this tradition, typically massive hats. The Chlois will march from house to house and yodel to give the blessings to the inhabitants, followed by ringing the bells for chasing the bad spirits and winter out. And then they're going to wish the people who live in the house a happy new year. Important, if any of these two dates shall fall on a Sunday, the tradition is instead taking place on the Saturday before. Number 6 is again in the canton of Valais, and that would be Blatten im Lötschental. This place is not really the first village that people would visit when they come to Switzerland. Blatten im Lötschental is a great secret tip for people who love to see a traditional village with a unique culture, by the way, a bit similar to Schwellbrunn. As Blatten is located in the valley called Lötschental, it lays in a culturally very interesting region. Not only that, Blatten is on an altitude of 1,500 meters, which means that there usually will be a good amount of snow. The village is basically car-free, which makes it easy to roam around. I suggest you to park your car at the bottom of the village and then cross the river to ascend to the church. You'll see Blatten has a couple of nice alleys to be explored. I very much like the upper part with the traditional houses and the bridge over the creek. After passing by a couple of houses, you may notice that many of them carry masks, which often look a bit scary. The Lötschental is famous for its unique masks that reflect the local tradition called Jackette. Until a few decades back, Blatten was totally cut off from the rest of Switzerland during the winter season. This allowed the village to preserve its unique form of carnival, where you can see people running around wearing these scary masks to chase away the winter spirits and the ones that bring disease and misfortune. Jackette is held on Fat Thursday, the last Thursday before Lent, and then also on the immediate Saturday. In case of the latter, the parade is taking place in the next village called Vilo im Lötschental. The Jackette are quite interacting with the locals and visitors. They even enter cafes and restaurants and entertain the guests, sometimes in a silly way, sometimes by frightening them. Well, all in all, pretty cool. We're now moving to the upper half of this top 10 list of the most beautiful Swiss winter villages. Number 5 would be Bettmeralp. Welcome to another car-free village of the Swiss Alps. Bettmeralp is the only village of its kind. No cars, not even electric ones, just a few snowmobiles, and otherwise you only encounter skiers and pedestrians. This makes it really easy to explore the village. You will soon notice that in Bettmeralp everything is concentrated around this long street. There are many bars, restaurants and hotels, but there is no such a thing as a village center in a classical sense. This makes the village quite distinct from the others. A must-see is this church on the hill, which is a very popular subject for photography, in particular during sunset and dusk. As the village is facing the south and southwest, the sunsets at Bettmeralp are often really magical. The orange and red sunlight nicely fall on the village, letting everything glow up there. This, in my opinion, is the most beautiful time, not only because of the sunset, but also because many people will be out on an après-ski party, causing a very festive atmosphere. As you're staying in Bettmeralp, you need to take the cabin ride to head up to the Bettmerhorn. From there, you can not only enjoy a spectacular view over the Swiss Alps and spot the Matterhorn, no, you also can see the largest glacier of the Alps, the Grand Alleged Glacier, if you go to the platform on the western side of the top station. I mentioned skiing. Bettmeralp is part of the Alleged Arena, one of the most sunny and snowshore ski resorts of Switzerland. It's absolutely worth to combine your skiing holiday at the Alleged Arena with the exploration of the village of Bettmeralp. Number 4 is a village I'm pretty sure all of you know, and that would be wonderful Zermatt. How could I not show this village? Zermatt is everything what people consider a true winter wonderland. Well, that's why it's one of the major hotspots of Switzerland. The home of Switzerland's landmark, the Matterhorn, attracts numerous tourists from all over the world to see this pyramid-shaped mountain proudly overlooking the valley. Zermatt is a car-free village and thus can only be reached by train. The moment you step out of the railway station, you will see horse carriages and numerous local electric shuttles sent by the hotels that are waiting to fetch guests. Although there are these shuttles around, the streets of Zermatt are rather quiet, thus you may get a true winter village feeling up there. Luckily, Zermatt is large enough that the high influx of tourists does not really matter while you're exploring the village. There are a lot of nice photo spots from where you can get a beautiful view over the Matterhorn or to see some nice village corners. My favorite ones are at the Hinterdorfstraße, that's the old town of Zermatt, the alley with the bars, the viewpoint from the town hall, and then the one here at the bridge. Of course, there are many more points. I present them all in my ultimate Zermatt winter travel guide video here on YouTube that you may watch after this video here. In Zermatt, the weather plays an important role. You frequently get a great view over the Matterhorn, as during winter it's rather dry, that helps a lot to get a good visibility. At times, however, there's rain or snowfall, which then hides the Matterhorn from you. I, however, have to say that exploring the village during snowfall has something very calming and romantic, so I'm sure you won't mind too much in this case either. Zermatt is not only a beautiful village, there are also some cool attractions, for example the Gornergrad that can be accessed by a wonderful train ride, the Roton, the Klein Matterhorn, or chasing powder on the slopes. There's just a lot to do up in Zermatt, and don't forget to reserve at some of the restaurants. You can get really delicious food in there, even better if you choose to stay overnight in one of the fancier hotels. Small tip, if you stay for multiple nights, just book one night in a fancy hotel and then prioritize enjoying its facilities such as the spa. And if you prefer it like very exclusive, then consider staying at the Igloo Village on 2,700 meters. We'll be sleeping inside such beautifully prepared igloos. If you book the suite, you even may enjoy your own whirlpool with a view over the Matterhorn. We're now moving up to the podium of the most beautiful Swiss winter villages. Number 3 would be Bosco Gurin. We're entering the German-speaking part of the Italian-speaking canton of Ticino. Bosco, in the local dialect called Gurin, is the highest located village of Ticino, and thus usually blessed with lasting snow. The village is car-free, which makes it perfect to be explored and is also suitable for families. Bosco Gurin has been perfectly preserved up to this day. There are only traditional houses to be found, all of them blending together so nicely. The houses follow a unique amalgam of traditional Ticinese rustico architecture with elements of the Valais homes. The latter gives you already a hint why Gurin is German-speaking. Unlike the Italian-speaking Ticinese, the locals here are descendants of the Valais people who a long time ago migrated from the canton of Valais to various parts of Switzerland, especially to the Lauterbrunnen Valley and Graubünden, as well as to Italy, Liechtenstein and even Austria. Really nice to explore are the village core, especially around the church, the upper part with these unique houses, and then my favorite, the lower part. Here you have a lot of beautiful houses. You'll see a lot of them are traditional Walser homes standing on these stilts. Quite nice is the bottom part from where you can get a total impression of the village. The best time to be here during the early afternoon when the sunlight falls in or around sunset and dusk. Make sure to not only walk on the streets but also explore some of the side alleys. There's really a lot to discover. There are some nice secret photo spots in this village, which I also have included on my DJEMO GRAPHIC map that is on for purchase. There you can find plenty of spots I've filmed all over Switzerland. Worth is also a visit to the Walser Museum, where you can learn more about the Walser people and their traditional way of life. Quite unique is this row with the houses in front of the village. One may wonder what they're actually for. They're used for storage or as stables, but the main purpose is to protect the village from avalanches. The risk might be a lot lower nowadays due to the global warming, but in the past, avalanches were a frequent threat, these houses acting as a barrier to minimize the damage to the village. Bosco may seem like a fairy tale village to you, but unfortunately it is far away from the nearby centers, and the population there is getting older and it's shrinking. There have only 4 babies been born between 2000 and 2022, and the future of the local Walser dialect is being uncertain. Yet, undoubtedly, this village is a great place to be visited, especially during the snowy days. Number 2 is in the canton of Bern, and that is Mürren. This is probably one of the most hyped winter villages of Switzerland, but hey, certainly for a good reason. Mürren is high up on 1,650 meters, thus frequently blessed with loads of snow. Unlike the often named Swiss Winter Wonderland or Narnia called Lauterbrunnen, Mürren is car-free and feels pretty calm when strolling around. There are multiple ways to arrive in Mürren. Commonly, people would take the cabin rides from Stechelberg, but you may also ascend from Lauterbrunnen itself. Since this season, there is a new cabin ride from Lauterbrunnen, which saves you extra time. When you arrive up in Mürren, its charm is immediately going to infatuate you. The wooden chalets with their snow-covered roofs, as well as the alleys, really feel magical. This is nicely complemented with the Alps in the background, especially the very prominent summit of Mount Eiger, which you probably can see from its most beautiful side in here. Mürren is more than only the main alley with the houses and the view. Make sure to explore the sideways, there is always something to discover. Consider coming here for lunch, for example for cheese fondue, or try heading up to the nearby viewpoints. At Mürren, you may take the funicular to ascend the Almendhubel, from where you can overlook the village and also go for sledding. The latter is pretty cool, especially the lower part at where you enter the village. My friend Ita and I, we had a lot of fun, well, especially since I won the race. A very highlight is also the Schildton that requires another 2 cabin rides to ascend to 3,000 meters. The summit is one of the best you can visit in Switzerland. You can enjoy a fantastic panorama over the main peaks of the Alps, Eiger, Mönchen, Jungfrau. You can even see Lake Thun from far. The Schildton is furthermore a James Bond filming location. The famous revolving restaurant was prominently featured in Her Majesty's Secret Service. So not only consider visiting Mürren during the day, it's also very beautiful to stay until the evening. The sunsets here are really magical, and so is the mood during dusk. And here, the most beautiful Swiss winter village, number 1 goes to beautiful Grimentz. Alright, I've been mentioning Winter Wonderland for a couple of times now, but this here is really the ultimate Winter Wonderland. Not because it would be large, have plenty of hotels or attract loads of tourists, no, exactly because of the opposite. What I cherish so much about Grimentz is that this village is small, cozy, not overly visited, and if so, then mainly by locals or Swiss-German tourists. Grimentz is a perfectly preserved traditional village that is full of beautiful wooden houses. As you stroll through the old town, you'll see each of the houses look unique. Some of them are even nicely decorated by displaying old skis and other tools that were used during the past. The very highlight in this village is the main alley, at the beginning with the bridge crossing the creek, the entrance to the core and the entire following part. However, there's more. The church, the Maison Grand-Maman, where you can see the interior of one of the houses, you'll easily understand that life back then was far from easy. And this shop at where you can buy various souvenirs. Of course, do also explore the side alleys. There's really a lot to discover, and such is one of my favorite photo spots. When you come to Grimentz, it's often just quiet, but during winter you may want to consider visiting the Christmas market called Les Fêries de Noël. In my opinion, this is one of the best traditional and authentic Christmas markets you can visit in Switzerland. It's not big, but the vendors, they're all locals or from the nearby villages. They're very spectacular, and not to forget, the entire village is beautifully decorated. Staying overnight in Grimentz is something you definitely shall consider. When there's a good amount of snow, which usually is the case, then you'll have a perfect mood during dusk when the snow absorbs the blue color of the sky, while the lights of the streets and the houses spend some warmth to beautifully contrast the cold mood. In the evening, there's also a glockenspiel that is played multiple times every day. As you see, Winter Wonderland through and through. What else? A nice place to stay is the Hotel Alpina. They got an outdoor whirlpool and an amazing spa section. The rooms are cozy and the dinners they serve are great too. By the way, not sponsored content, just for information. During the day, you may also consider heading up to the Cornes du Sorbois to enjoy a great panorama over the Swiss Alps, and just behind these mountains is already Zermatt. So many beautiful villages during winter here in Switzerland, and if you want to watch another video like this, then I'm going to see you over there. Otherwise, if you're more interested in something else, well, then let's meet in this video.